Hold on tight, hobbyists. This is going to be a good one because I had the opportunity to go a couple of weeks ago to Nottingham in England and go to Games Workshop's HQ and visit the Warhammer World exhibition hall. So there's my lovely wife Leanna pretending to do what it takes to become one of the Imperium's protectors. And this is all laid out pretty fantastically. They use a lot of space for gaming, they use a lot of space for the exhibition, and they also add on the stores and Bugman's Bar. So it's a full-on day of it, and you can indulge all of your little miniature toy soldier nerdness here. In fact, the day that we were visiting, uniquely, there was an Age of Sigmar event that was going on. You can see the title there, The Ruins of Elixia. You can, of course, do some shopping here because it wouldn't be Games Workshop without some ways to spend your money. But aside from the basic shop that you have, there's also a section where you can go to Forge World and a full-on dedicated Black Library store too. Here, what you're looking at right now is Bugman's Bar, which is super fantastic. It's the home of the famous Bugman's XXX brew and things like Troll brew. Really nicely decorated. They have the Book of Grudges, which you'll see in a second. They have a throne that you can sit on and feel all dwarfy, chandeliers hanging from the sky, and it's fantastic. So we're going to cut to me in the basement of my house back in Canada just for a second to say that I didn't learn this till afterwards, but apparently I wasn't allowed to do video in the exhibition hall, which is what the next sections are about. So that's not going to stop me though. Like, I totally took it, and now I'm going to do all kinds of contraband things and share it with the world. So here it comes. The only downside though is because they have a lot of background music going on in there, and my voice is just going through dead air, not through a microphone. The audio might be a little bit odd, so be prepared to do some adjustments over the year. But really, my commentary is not the important thing. The visuals of what you're going to see in this place is nut bars, and you're going to be totally inspired by this. So get ready. Here it comes.
So here we are entering into Warhammer World. This is the first stage exhibition area. And you are greeted immediately with this massive display for Age of Sigmar. Stormcast Eternals versus the Khorne Bloodbound. And hundreds of models populate this thing. As we close in here, you can see the scope and magnitude. This is the invasion of the Khorne boys. They've done a great deal of effort in creating some very flavorful scenery. This bridge causeway, making good use of Realm Gate and Dragonstone dais. There's a lot of the stock scenery here that's been modified and done up in different ways. They've been real creative about how they've attached these flying adjudicators, I think they are, to all the scenery pieces. But the main centerpiece of it all here is this ripping piece of rock that's come up out of the ground and flying around. But look at all this. You know, this evokes such an epic style of battle. It really lets you buy into it very easily, and you can get caught up in the flow of this conflict. Even as we come down on here, there's different pockets of conflict throughout this whole thing. We got a second rock spire here, floating away. Let's make our way around to that. And again, we have another vignette of a conflict that's going on exclusively isolated here between Stormcast and Bloodbounds. Another cool little vignette here of these adjudicators flying out of a Realm Gate to come to your rescue. And let's make our way around here. And you can see these fellas protecting their, what appears to be some kind of shrine that they've desecrated. I don't know if you can see detail enough to see that, you know, the blood in the grates. We're going down into that. But as we span upwards, we have another platform of floating rock with again another isolated conflict going on there. So again, let's pan back from this and really soak in the magnitude of that model. and the effort that went into creating it. Let's see if I can get this with a nice light glare. It's maybe one single downsides of Warhammer World is lights coming from everywhere. It makes it tough to photograph. So I thought we might do a little bit of video here in the Warhammer World exhibition hall and look at some of the featured displays that they've got in this place. So the one we're looking at here is the Nurgle Fortress Unleashing, and from floor to ceiling it is approximately 8 feet tall, and it goes into here. And they detail every little thing with his greenest pustules and mess that you would expect of Nurgle. Bridges and causeways, galleries. This gap down the middle is all detailed as well. This is 4 feet floor to ceiling, or floor to bridge rather. Chaos trolls and shaglets. As we bear down, you can see the many other crossings. They've even detailed tree branches and old foliage coming out. And even on the very lowest level, there in the middle, you can see as well that they made another gantry crossing in there. Coming back out, this thing is probably the biggest collection of Chaos Trolls ever done in one place. The only thing that's missing, I think, is a million more Nurglings, which they could probably spatter everywhere. But they've done an incredible amount in this. Some really spectacular models, and the sheer volume of models as well. Using Glotkin as a centerpiece. Let's look at all these plague drones along the top. Fantastically done. The maw is a big entry spot. Come down here to another flank full of trolls. As well as all the effort of the models and texturing, this is amazing as well. Texturing on the stone, and all the added detail that they put in. Quite remarkable. And of course, nothing would be complete without a big, great unclean one overseeing it all. This one for me is the coolest display that they have in here. This is their end times display of Skaven invading dwarf halls. So they have this expanse across the middle that is interlaced with all sorts of Skaven machinations all over the place. A couple of rickety crossroads they've made to invade. Got some hammers and iron breakers there to guard the way. There's a few. We're getting some light glare, so I might come in a different angle with this, but let's quickly skip around to the back. So this is within the dwarf hold. You can see that they're preparing for battle. They have this massive breach made by the Skaven to take care of. And they've really detailed this, so you can get a glance through here and see the approaching screaming bell and that gantry that they've made. As the dwarves team about. So they've done a real contrast here of the crafted dwarf halls that are behind this wall versus the rough caves that we'll see in a second of the Skaven. There are a couple of entry halls that they've done there. Here's the Slayers, trying to defend against that. Lots of gyrocopters spotting along the sides of it, causing havoc. And then let's kind of work down into the tunnel works a little bit. So hopefully we can get enough light to see through here. But you can see through the tunnel works there to the inner workings, the rickety, haphazard makings of a Skaven dwelling. And you can see that there's some miners here coming up the back end. But I hope it's light enough for you to see that there's the giant brood rats there that they're encountering. And we come up a little bit higher. Again, more Skaven action. Tunnels and cracks that are made throughout here, filled by rat ogres. And I'm afraid on this side, probably going to get a lot of light glare unless I can block it. But you can see the great effort's been gone in here to detail all of this stuff as much as they possibly can. And at the heart of it all, we have a Vermin Lord and the source of Skaven Warpstone power. It's generating juice for all kinds of things. Again, I hope the lighting is well enough for you to see that there's a big orb there that's above, and that's powering a lot of the Skaven machinery. And then we even have at the top here one spot of surface, and I assume that this is their tunneling device that's being powered by it all. And I'm going to reach up high here and see if I can get you an angle of over the top of it all. And maybe we can get one look at this dwarf side as well again from the overhead. Well, I guess that's not very exciting to see that part, but it's collapsed in. There you go. Wonderful works in this place. And so this will be the farewell to Warhammer World. You can see above me there the entrance to the place. And down here, the displays in the background, and the guardian of it all. I guess I'm kind of standing in his way. Ye old Space Marine. That guy used to be outside getting weathered, but now he gets to live indoors in his old age. It's been a good day here though. My lovely wife Leanna was real good to me today, seeing as my birthday was coming up. So thanks to her. Thanks to the Warhammer World staff for hosting a great day and having a fantastic venue and giving us the opportunity to see a wonderful display of models that are mind-boggling for anybody to see. So go out of your way if you're ever on this small island of the UK to get there and be really impressed and inspired by what goes on in this place. Over and out.